Okay, I think we're ready. Let's do this. Everything looks good. Let's get started. All right. So today's going to be a little different. If you watched my last stream, I was on a path of self brainwashing, of only caring about healing the world, only caring about turning on the lights so that we have a little more light. It's all I cared about. Every single word that I said, every single decision that I made, every single path that I walked, every single thing that I talked about, every single thing that I did was guided by one thing and one thing alone. I wanted to heal people. I wanted to make people believe. I wanted to also test and experiment if I cared about that. If I wanted to care about the world, if I wanted to make it better, if I wanted to make people realize, hey guys, these are the answers. Fight, break free, heal, move forward, learn, understand. You can do this. You can make yourself believe. You can push away their poison and start remembering. And it's great. It works. It's super powerful. I highly recommend that each and every one of you watch it. Yet, it's not the full answer. Why? Well, let's take a step back. I'm going to take a bite of my food that I prepared for myself. Have you guys ever thought about that? If I tell you that I know how to heal you, and I have all the answers, and I can break you free from any disbelief that you have to make you feel amazing and incredible, why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you do it? There's no reason not to. Do we get it? It's the answer. Why wouldn't you heal? Why wouldn't you do it? Yet some of you won't. Why? What's stopping you? What if I told you that the way I'm starting the stream is what's stopping every single one of you? What do you mean? The way I'm starting the stream is what's stopping every single one of you. It's why you can't heal. It's why you are not free. It's why you refuse to walk forward. It's why you hurt other people in any way, shape, or form. Could be minor, could be major. It's why conflicts happen. It's why every single war happens. It's why everything is going the way it's currently going in this world. Because right now, we all think we're writing our story. We're not. So then some of you might be like, well, you're right. We're writing other people's stories. It's the world's story combined. We're not. We're writing what I call their story. Could there be something that is controlling our paths, the timing of things, our sentiments to get us to do what they want? Do you guys understand that if yesterday you watched my stream or whenever I did it and you believed and you felt like this world is amazing and you felt like this world was the best thing ever and that you saw possibility around every single corner and there was light everywhere and you believed in your fellow man and girl right next to you or around you and you just wanted to help everyone, your actions and your path could be modified by that. Do you guys get that? I'm telling you that means I modified your path. I changed your direction. I changed your inclination. I changed how you walk. Is that a bad thing? No, especially if it makes you believe, especially if it makes you remember that you're worth it, that you're good, that you're capable, that you're talented, that you're amazing, that you can achieve anything. None of those things are bad. That makes you realize, hey, wait, I don't care about the external. I don't care about the reward. I don't care about money. I just want to help people. I just want to make this world be free. Are any of those things bad? Especially if you start remembering the things that you actually do care about and no longer the things that they made you care about. Are any of those things bad? On the contrary, those things are the answer. Yet I'm telling you, the way I'm starting the stream right now is the exact reason why each and every single one of you can never heal, can never take a step forward, why this world is currently enslaved to something that does dictate our story. We are all doing their story. Every single one of us. So what did I do so far this first 5 minutes on the stream that is preventing all of you from healing? What is it that I did? You guys know? You might not have any idea what I'm talking about. It might not make any sense. You're like, what's wrong with anything that you just did? Some of you might have pieced it together. Some of you might be completely lost. None of those things are wrong. Yet, what if I told you, and I'm like, okay, guys, I'm going to stop the stream here. And I want you guys to all to analyze and to think about why you didn't know what I meant when I said that the first 5 minutes are the answer why all of you can't heal. And when you spend the whole day today analyzing that, trying to figure that out. Because if you don't understand why, there's something wrong with you. That's why you can't heal. Or I could phrase it on a more positive, if I want you to believe. I'm like, hey, if you don't understand yet, that's okay. You have possibility. You have room to grow. Everything's just a progression attempt. You're going to figure things out. What did you learn? If you didn't know, that's okay. I didn't know either back in the day. I had to get there. One step at a time. You're doing a climb. You'll get there. I believe in you. If you're listening to this and trying to piece things together, you're so far ahead of everyone else who refuses to realize that there's more to the world. So I'm proud of you. You got this. You see, even just the way I phrase it can change your entire behavior and your path. But what if I told you that both of those are wrong? Now, could be figuring something out so that we can finally move forward, be powerful? Yes. Yet I'm telling you, that's the bait. Because what is that? What is that? You're looking back, aren't you? You're discussing things that we've already discussed last time. We're contemplating, we're spending time on trying to figure out why we didn't know how to do something back then. Why did we not know how to do something 8 minutes ago? Do you guys understand? You're spending time analyzing why you didn't understand how to do something in the past. What happened if you just were like, oh, it's because, wait, you know what? Let me just listen and then I'm going to figure it out. And what if you, by the end of the stream, whether it's only 5 more minutes or whether it's an hour, it doesn't matter. You figured it out over the course of this 1 hour. And I gave you that assignment right now, correct? So at the end of the stream, would you actually go back and now spend time analyzing, trying to figure out why you didn't know the answer at the beginning, but yet now you do? Are you guys following along? Is this are you starting to piece this together? If you, at the end of the stream, even though you now know the answer, go back and try to analyze why you didn't know the answer at the beginning. Do you understand? All you're doing is teleporting yourself to the past. If I know the answer now, if I figured it out now, if I'm good now, if I've moved forward now, why would I then be like, wait, hold on. Let me try to figure out why I didn't know the answer back then. It doesn't matter. It could be as simple as this is the first time you're ever exposed to these concepts. Maybe this is the first time you heard me break something down and explain something that's much more complex. And you've never actually thought about things this way before. So your brain doesn't operate this way yet, but it'll get there. So that means that's the answer. You might never actually put those words like that, but that was the answer. But you figured it out throughout the course of the stream because I explained it in repetition and reinforcement. If you went back now and you analyze it, do you understand the only thing you do is you open yourself up to problems? You open yourself up to not moving forward. You open yourself up to getting consumed. You open yourself up to what I call nudges. So when you do that, could there be something in this world that mentally suggests things to us? They're like, well, hey, the reason why you didn't know is because you pushed yourself so much. The reason why you didn't figure it out at the very beginning, you hadn't figured it out yet, is because you are doing a climb that no other person in the world has ever done. You're so far ahead of everyone else, and it's not about that. But do you all understand that since you are learning knowledge that no one expected anyone to learn for centuries, it's a journey. It's a progression journey. It's a battle every single day. So the fact that you're even considering this stuff and contemplating it is so impressive. Keep it up. You're like, okay, so it doesn't matter. Oh. But you see, imagine if you got that nudge presented to you. Well, then it's different, right? Then you're like, oh, so I shouldn't. No, there's no reason to analyze. You already have the answer. You already know how to figure things out. You already know how to move forward. Just keep walking forward. Oh, okay. But what if instead I'm like, yeah, the reason why you didn't know the answer at the very beginning of the stream is because you're not really good at figuring things out. Do you remember when you were 3 and you didn't know how to swim? Something arbitrary, right? So now we're going to do an interrupt because guess what that was? That's a negative path. So I have a sticky note right here. I wrote 3 things on here. That's going to be my entire stream. I'm going to use that, and I might not even have to look at it. But do you understand? Those bullet points there for me are the only there just so I remember what I want to talk about. That means that this entire stream is being formulated off of 1 sticky note, 3 bullet points. Is there a right way to use a sticky note? I'm not sticking it on anything. It's actually still grouped up. I don't have it anywhere around me. There's actually another one up there that's meant as a positive reminder to get me on a positive belief path. So that means that there isn't a right way to use a sticky note. What if I just wrote the name of my dream girl on there that I want to build an organization with and have a kid and a family and heal and unite the world? Do you guys get it? What if also, when I first started trying to stream and do videos and posts, I actually needed an entire book, or I needed to read from a teleprompter, or like things of that nature, or my notebook? Is there anything wrong with that? No. Yet now I can do that. So what if I now spent every single second trying to figure out, wait, why is it that I couldn't actually stream like this 24 months ago? Why is it that I didn't think I was capable of streaming like this? Why couldn't I just use 1 sticky note and just start? What was it that stopped me? What were the things that were stopping me? Why wasn't I good enough to do so? And then all of a sudden, reminders start populating. Well, yeah, you remember because, hey, well, you had the girl and you had the kid. And let's just say, right, like I'm trying to do positive ones for myself to stay on a positive path. But you guys see, I'm telling you, there's something in this world that when we start doing that, presents us reminders of the past. Okay. And when that happens, you're now teleported to that time period. I'm just going to give you guys an example. If I say, hey, there's a video game that I really enjoy that was released in 1993 called Illusion of Gaia. That's a positive for me, but it might mean nothing for you. But still, I said 1993. Do you guys know what happened in 1993? Do you guys understand? If you were alive for that, you are teleported to that time period. So now I can start reminding you of things. It's not easy to remain present when there's always things that are pushing you to the past. Every single thing tries to do that. And for so long, we thought that we needed those things, that we relied on them. And I'm saying the only value to the past, just so everyone understands, and this is extremely minor, is only to guide and shape our positive shields. And even then, we have to move forward with them. They're only there to snap us out of any darkness that they start. That's it. I'm like, hey, yeah, I enjoy playing challenging video games. You remember when you played Final Fantasy VIII, The Oath? You're Noah, the girl. Yeah, and you enjoyed listening to the stories of how Squall, the main character, broke his shell and started walking after the girl and helping her. You see, like that's it, and that's it. It's over. That's all there is to it. Yet, think about it. I'm saying that the past, that's it. That is the only benefit of the past. To remember our shields, who we were, what matters to us, not what they made us care about, and to just go back on a positive outlook. And that's it. The moment that's over, you forget about it. It's over. You don't spend more time on it. And each and every one of you are stuck in the past. I say that with utmost confidence. There is zero doubt in my mind that every single human being in this world is stuck in the past. There's many of you that claim that you're not. I promise you. It's not an accident, because there is something in this world. It doesn't matter what it is, but I'm telling you, there's something in this world that can control the thoughts that populate into our head. Normally, this thing relies on us experiencing something, consuming something, so that it could present reminders to us. That means it needs an overt sense, a smell, a visual, a sound, and then it uses that to submit something into our head. It doesn't matter what it is. And that's how they start us on paths. That's it. That's how they do it. If that scares you, you're exactly the person who's enslaved. You can't even consider that that's possible. An experiment and try. Oh, hold on. Let me play a video game or watch a show and see what are the thoughts that populate. If anything from the past populates, that's them. You might actually get a positive reminder from the past. You really might. Yeah, what did I tell you what those are? They're only for a quick, oh, yeah. And that's it. And then immediately you move it out. It's over. That's it. Yet most of you will now start walking down that path and now start exploring. Oh, yeah, I remember that. And keep going 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 and keep going. And before you know it, you're in the past. And then all of a sudden, you start analyzing, well, why did that happen? How did that happen? It happens to each and every single one of us. I am telling you that the things that control us and are writing our stories currently in this world do so by only reminding us things of the past. The moment you begin breaking free, what is breaking free? You are no longer controlled by the past. You just move forward, you walk forward, you experience new. And if you have to experience something that is similar to the past or is related to the past, you recreate it completely new. But the best option is always to walk forward and find ways to just walk forward. You have to, because otherwise, they're going to remind you of the past. It's not you. Each and every one of you blame yourself. I'm telling you, it's not you. It's never been you. They intentionally keep you stuck in the past. That's not an accident. But where it is you is that you have a choice. You have a choice to stress test it. You have a choice to figure out what that is that's doing that. You don't have to know that, oh, is it like some dark shadow or is it like an Egyptian god Ra? Or like, you don't need to know that at all, just so you guys understand. That doesn't matter. You just need to know what it is they're doing. And like, wow, they can insert reminders in the past just from reading a dialogue in a video game. Like, okay, now you see it. Now you understand. Does that mean that you can't ever play a video game again? No, but now you understand. But if you let it consume you, if you let it teleport you consistently there, you have to detox the poison because it's what I call a poison cloud. So if you still don't care about the past, right? If you move forward, it doesn't mean anything to you. Their next play is what I call creating a new poison cloud. This one, I need all of you to listen to. Because it's easy for you guys to conceptualize, well, I know what some of my bad like things from my past are. Like I don't want to remember those. That's easy, right? Doesn't mean it's fun to remember them. Doesn't mean that we should always avoid them. We should always prevent them. We should always block them. The moment anything gets reminded of that, you cannot spend 1 second analyzing it. Not even one. There's no reason to. There's no reason to. At all. There's no benefit to it. So, you just have to interrupt it in any way possible. I say use a sword, a light sword. Destroy the reminder. Maybe use a bow and arrow. Like if you like Zelda, like you're riding the horse, you're shooting targets. Or I also used Resident Evil, the shooting range. I think like each of these paintings is a target that needs to be destroyed. That's a reminder of the past. All right, we're free. All right, now where are we going to walk? Well, now we get to choose. When that happens, you now get to choose. So why did I start that way? That was all the setup, just so you guys understand. Everything I just did right now, I was just setting all of you guys up. I wanted you all to understand. That's the past. What if I now get reminded of like, hey, why did you start your stream that way? What if I now spend every second trying to figure that out? Trying to analyze it. What is it that made me do that? Why did I do that? What if I knew exactly why I did it? Or what if I'm just like, well, that's interesting. Actually, setting things up so that people can see then the answer after is really powerful. Hold on, let me write about that. Wait, hold on, let me figure that one out. What if I just turned on a stream and talked? Actively, moving forward, as I'm learning the lessons, I'm doing. Not caring about the outcome, the results, who's watching, who's not watching. I'm just doing. And every single word that I'm saying, every single path that I'm walking, every single action that I'm doing is being modified and inspired by everything that has happened, every single thing, yet primarily by the things of my choosing. Yet it means that the things that happened around me, the things that I experienced, the things that I saw, heard, all those things still have an impact, but I can choose to not let them impact me dramatically. But do you guys understand? They still affect me, every single thing. But I can't analyze them. I can't spend time on them. But they do, every single thing, which means you have to learn the paths that you walk matter. When you do things matters. The order matters. The repetition, the recency, all those things matter. And all of you don't think so. It's how they create the poison cloud that they want for you over and over again for each and every one of you. Because you don't understand that you're shaped by every single thing. Yet most of you don't just get to that. You don't let that be the case. You get shaped by it, but then you analyze it and you keep reinforcing it and you keep exploring. So now you're ready. Your path changed because of poison. Think of it like this, guys. Boom! I throw a flask, a bottle, a peppermint extract bottle, and it explodes. And a poison cloud appears around us. But this poison cloud is a good one this time. It heals us. But I just want people to understand, normally it's not going to be one that heals us. So a poison cloud appears around us and we are now stuck in it. So this poison cloud happens whenever we are trying to walk forward. So there's two kinds. One is the reminder of the past, poison cloud. It's like, hey, do you remember when you were in that poison cloud yesterday? So now you're in the poison cloud yesterday, right? If that you're like, yeah, that doesn't matter, and you just immediately walk out of it, then that poison cloud has no more impact, has no more effect. Do you guys get it? Poison only does damage if you're in the cloud. Every time you're trying to walk through the poison, every step does take that you take damage. And then poison has what I call a damage over time effect that builds, becomes more lethal as it keeps repeating. So you have to cleanse that. You cleanse that, and then you just make sure you have enough health to walk out of the cloud. Because remember, you take a little damage each time. So let's say you easily do that, right? You walk out of that first cloud from the past reminder. Well, now you're completely free. There's nothing that's currently poisoning you. So then I'm like, hold on. That's not okay. What was this poison bottle now about? This one is a new event. An event that they fabricated. Because if they can't stop you through reminders of the past, then they need to create something new. Why? Because what ends up happening then is that we focus on it, each and every one of us. So right now, all of a sudden, my shepherd coat, my shepherd talisman just got like flown off, like literally, like all of a sudden, like something like just grabbed my coat and my vest, and it gets thrown away. I'm like, oh, wait, what? I'm like, why are they making it fly away? Like, how did literally an entity grab this and made it just vanish? My talisman too. It's gone. Does that mean that there's entities that exist alongside us that can do that? So now there's a new event that happens. And when that happens, you all have a choice. What are you going to do? I'm just like, you know what? I'll just continue my stream without them, without my shepherd coat, without my shepherd talisman, because I'm the star diplomat. I'm Shepherd Star. I'm here to heal and guide you. I don't need these tools. I'm not reliant on them, but they help. They help a lot. So then, what they do is they create other incidents and other things around that can be used as a reminder. So what if all of a sudden right now, each and every one of you, like start commenting in my stream and be like, no, the shepherd coat, the shepherd talisman. If I go now look at my comments, I'm like, you know what, guys? Like 20 minutes from now, I'm like, I'm gonna answer some questions. I'm gonna go to my comments, and I see someone wrote that. No, the shepherd coat. No, the shepherd talisman. Do you guys understand that now I'm back thinking about that event, about my past, about the problems that happened? So I'm like, okay, well, how can I make sure that my shepherd coat doesn't get taken again, or like my shepherd talisman doesn't get taken, and you guys understand how this is done? So now I'm in a poison circle again. Now I'm in that poison cloud again. What if I'm like, well, hold on, how did it happen? Why did it happen? What could I do to change it? What if I just realize I'm like, you know what? Hey, I learned that if I hold my arms like this, they can't take my shepherd coat. And then my shepherd talisman is protected as well. But I learned that, but I didn't spend time analyzing that. I learned that while walking forward. So that means that from now on, I only stream like that. Do you see? I'm just doing. I'm moving forward and I'm doing. As I learn the lessons, I just move forward. You're being modified and changing based on everything that you experience. That is simply reality. Yet, if you start analyzing the past, guys, do you all understand that you give them an opportunity to remind you of things? Each and every one of you. It doesn't matter at all. So now that poison cloud is there, right? You're in it. So you have a choice. Do you put on a gas mask so that you can survive? You become immune to it. Now you can heal. But you're still in the cloud. What happens if the mask ever breaks? What happens if something else happens? You're still in the cloud. What happens if you don't heal? You don't move forward and you stay in it, just trying to analyze it, but you don't actually know how to put on a gas mask and how to heal yourself. Every single second you're in it, or every single second you move, you take damage. You take enough damage, you get corrupted. And when you get corrupted, you just do whatever is presented to you. Every single thing doesn't seem good. Every single thing is interpreted now based on the poison. Every single thing now is a problem. Every single thing is now their story. Whatever they suggest to you, you do. So do you see, no matter what you guys think, every single action that we do is modified by the things that we experience. That's already fact. There's no debating that. Yet, none of you use it for good. None of you are currently using it for good. You have to move out of the cloud immediately. You do whatever it takes to just survive walking out of the cloud. Like, think of it like the moment I leave the range of this camera, I'm out of the cloud. That's it. You guys can't even see me anymore, but you can hear me. This is what each and every one of you need to do. The moment you walk outside of the cloud, everything here doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter at all. Every single thing is irrelevant. I don't care if it's your mom, your sister, your brother. Every single thing in this frame, in this cloud, is completely and utterly irrelevant. Yet what happens is that each of you stay inside of this frame, inside of this box. And that means that if you're in this frame, everything in this frame is dictating your actions. That means that I'm like, well, I can't move, because if I move over there, I'm going to knock over the painting, or I might knock over the plant. So it means I can't really do those things. You're all being controlled by the cloud that they put you in. And since you don't know how to heal and you don't know how to move out of the cloud and move forward, then they just keep reminding you of the cloud. Be like, hey, wait. Why didn't you move that painting over there? You're like, yeah, why didn't I? And now you're back. You're right here again. And you were about to leave the cloud, and now you're here. This is how they control each and every one of you. You are permanently in a poison cloud. All of you. If you at any point you're analyzing the past, you're being controlled by it. Each and every one of you. Is it easy? No, it's not. If it was easy, there would be no need for what I'm doing right now. If it was easy, everyone would be able to move forward. It's not easy, but it's the answer. Because until that happens, all of you are being controlled. You're doing their story. And I'm saying, it doesn't have to be that way. Because once we're outside of the cloud, we can think clearly. We are free to do whatever we want. Nothing stops us. Yet we also see possibility and hope. And we're like, wait a minute. I see that this lamb could have possibility. This owl is good. The lions protect us. I am the phoenix. I'm Shepherd Star. I'm the dark knight too, though, because I can embrace both dark and light when I need to. Those are good things. I don't need to throw those stuff away. Those are very positive things. Those paintings don't have to be gone. Oh, wait. I can cause ripples like this. So it means all these things are good. But what if I'm stuck here? If I just move forward, I'm like, no, I learned things from the lamb. I learned things from the owl. I learned things from the lion. I learned things from the phoenix. I learned things from the star. I learned things from the dark knight. I learned things from the ripple effects from my you spirit. I can use all those things as I walk forward. But none of you do that. They keep you stuck here in this frame, in this cloud, each and every one of you. And that's intentional. You're controlled by it, every single one of you. It's going to shape you regardless. Do you guys understand? If right now this painting fell, the lion, that will shape my path. It'll change my stream. It'll change the reactions of people watching it. It might interrupt me for 5 seconds, but I can move forward. I might pick it up. I might pick up my picture 10 minutes from now. I might not. But if I leave it on the ground, do you guys understand that I will always see that in that location? And it could change my paths, my recency. Do you all understand? It doesn't matter. But all of you think that it does. I'm like, okay, well, do I want that to happen again? Am I okay with the paintings falling? Could there be benefit to it? All right. But maybe I'm not. So I'm like, why don't I just put the paintings leaning up against the wall like that so they can't fall? What if they still do? You see, you're just, as you're doing, you're learning immediately the lesson. If you can't get to that point where you can just conceptualize it and understand as is the lesson, then I recommend that you grab a notepad and you write lessons. Not what you experienced. You write lessons every single day from what you're doing, what you're consuming. Hey, these are all lessons from video games. Do you guys understand?
These are all lessons from video games, progression and self-intentional challenges, and then some other things that I do, some of my other positive shields. I'm not rewriting, oh, today I played this game and I did this encounter, I did this story. I talk about the lessons. I pay attention to the underlying lessons. What did I learn so I can move forward? Because those are the things that shape and dictate my actions. They change how I operate. They don't keep me in a poison cloud, they keep me moving forward. And if at any point they put me in a poison cloud, I can reread those things to temporarily get on a positive outlook. And then I can just be like, wait a minute, now I have enough health and a shield. I can just walk outside of the poison circle. All right, now we're good. And that's that. And you just do that and you move forward. But what if I now go back and analyze yet again? If you analyze anything from your past, anything, you are enslaved. Anything. It doesn't matter. At all. Does that remove meaning for you? Does that make you appreciate things less? If so, I'm sorry. But that's the world that we need to get to. Because until each and every one of us can reach that level, we are all being controlled and enslaved to do the stories that they want when they want. All they have to do is remind you of set things and specific things, and they can move you from one location to the next. Now, does that mean that you can just say, F it, I'm going to just do whatever I want now? No. Here's why. Because when you go outside, you can't control what you see. I want you to all to understand that there's literally things that are just walking poison circles, okay? They create those intentionally. When you're outside, there's poison circles. Now, it's easy to walk past them, right? Because they're just there. But some of them are moving. But that means that you might temporarily be in one. That's not easy. Do you guys get it? They just think of it like literally, I'm like, oh, there's a poison circle right there. Woo, okay, keep walking. You still took some damage. You understand? If you just walk haphazardly everywhere, left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right, you're going to be taking more and more damage. Eventually, if you don't heal and stop and heal, that means that you're going to have to stop and heal every so often. That's possible. It is. But you guys see how differently your path would be? All of you just go outside right now and don't even realize that there's poison clouds that they intentionally create for you because they're meant to be reminders of the past. The past is poison. And if it's, like I said, if you get one that is actually a positive, you're like, that's a nice one. It's just a few seconds of just being, all right, and then you move on. Because if you start a path, I promise each and every one of you, they are baiting you to set up something. There's no reason to analyze. There's no reason to contemplate. To remind you of that hot girl. All right, yeah, that's awesome. And that's it. There's nothing else to it. Nothing else to it. So that's the aggressive version. Now I'm going to debrief. Now I'm going to just talk about it in a more relaxed way. I'm going to warm up my coffee. I'm going to get some water. Now I'm going to talk about these things in a shape of a plea. In asking all of you to listen to this, to consider this, to contemplate this. Because there is a way forward. But I need you all to believe. Let today be the day. You're no longer enslaved to the past. It doesn't matter at all. All right. Get a drink you enjoy, maybe a snack. Choose where you choose to consume what I'm about to talk to next matters because you can start creating positive associations there. So I want each and every one of you to do that. I'm going to open up my window here so that the doves can say hello. And I'm going to go on a full light path. I needed to embrace some darkness to deliver that information. But now I'm going to just talk about it with light. How could I do that so easily? I want you guys to all pay attention because I am just moving forward. All right. Let's do this. Warm up my coffee. 1 minute. And let's do this. Hello, cockroaches. Good morning, doves. Ooh, it's warm. Warm coffee. Now that is a blessing. All right. Good morning, everyone. This might be the most important segment yet. Today's stream. How's that possible? We're going to do a different angle. What did you guys get? What did you guys get? You get water? You get coffee? It's warm? You get a snack? You make yourself a bread? Why do you do those things? Do they make you happy? What am I doing right now? What am I doing right now, guys? Some of you might take that question literally. Nothing wrong with that. Well, you're, I guess, sitting on a chair and you changed your angle and now you're just talking. You're streaming. Sure. Then what am I actually doing? I'm moving forward. I don't even remember what happened 20 minutes ago. Do you? They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, yet it's going to shape what I'm about to talk about. Yet it doesn't matter. I'm already outside of that circle. You leave a trail behind you. Yet you don't go back to discover what happened in that trail. And we want to leave a trail of light, of hope, of belief, of answers. Yet we also don't care. So this segment, I want all of you to believe that we can break free, that we can choose to write a new story. But it has to be our story. If we're worried about what happened 20 minutes ago, it's not our story anymore. It happened. Learn from it and move forward. But what if it was intentional? What if it was planned? What if it was made to happen? What if I made it happen? What if something else made it happen? It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, there are things that can make things happen. So, you guys spend time analyzing something that was made to happen. It means that unless you knew preemptively or you got lucky and you planned all the counters or you knew how to shield yourself and you knew how to piece things together and catch how they're doing it, you wouldn't be able to stop anything that's going to happen to you until you understand how it happened. You learn as you're doing it, like, wait, that's how it happened. Well, I'm never going to let that happen again. I'm never going to do that again. I'm never going to get baited to go down that path again. So then you just don't do. Then you just start operating by each and every single one of your actions being light oriented, unless you need to fight back. Then sometimes we do need to wield a bit of darkness. We're not afraid because we know why we're doing it. Hear what I just said. We know why we're doing it. Everything that I did in the first 40 minutes of the stream was planned by me. I didn't know exactly how I was going to go about it, but I knew what I needed to communicate and how, and the vibe and the intensity. That was all planned. But I didn't know the exact path. But I knew I needed to do that for myself, but hopefully for anyone that's following my trail. Because if they've been following along, they're going to be in a very similar spot. They need to understand that when you get to this stage in life, that these things are going to be trying to set up things. And we need to fight back. And we need to do so by just moving forward. I think it's easy now, but yet whoever's listening, it's probably not easy for you yet to just take anything that happens, learn from it, and just start operating and executing the lesson immediately. I, in many ways, take that skill set of mine for granted. I don't give myself enough respect for how good I got and how capable I am at being able to do that. And I think that I forget sometimes. And I'm sorry for all of you who I push. Each and every one of you, if you're consuming all my stuff and following along, I push you. I challenge you. I throw things at you guys that make you question your reality. And it's not easy. But that's why I try to mix things in to boost you up, but then also give you a blunt blow of reality, of what you need to be aware of. It's just, if you can learn immediately the lesson as it's happening, and then it changes your path forward. And if you don't, you just, well, then the second time you try, you learn. If you guys get it, that means that if they don't update what you're going to experience, if they don't modify whatever you're going to experience next based on your developments and your evolution, do you understand that? That means that you've mastered the game. It means that you've mastered whatever challenges are being presented to you. For most of us, it takes us years and years and years and years and years, if not our entire life, to try to master even just a small subsegment of the things that we encounter and the challenges that we face. And I'm telling you, if you've listened to everything that I say, you are getting to a point now where you can just evolve and learn and master any challenges that's presented to you in 2 tries. The first one is just gathering information and exposure and understanding what happened, how it happened, where it happened. And then the second time, you can execute because you now piece together everything. Does that scare all of you if talking about it like that? Would you want to get to that point? Does that seem exciting to you that you can learn that quickly and piece things together? Or does that seem scary? There's no wrong answer, but I want all of you to understand that it changes things because then you get to the point where you just operate by moving forward. Does that mean that sometimes we don't have to actually slow down and pause and start reconsuming our shields and do positive paths and change our recency because of what they did? Absolutely. Right? That's called putting on the gas mask. That's called healing yourself. And then once you're ready, you can walk out of the circle and move forward. But I'm telling you, if each and every one of us, if there were, I was in a room right now with 5 disciples, 6. Each one of these paintings is one of my disciples. Okay. So that means there's 7 of us. And then all of a sudden, boom, an event happens right now. I hope that if they're all listening and they've learned and followed my path, that they can learn very quickly. But I'm telling you, the majority of you, all these 6 other disciples, I'm going to be outside of the circle within maybe an hour. If it was a major event, let's say it caused the conflict between all 7 of us, all 7 disciples, I'm going to be outside of the poison cloud within 1 hour. I will know exactly what to do, how to heal myself, how to protect myself, how to change my recency, how to start rewriting anything that they did, and how to start destroying any reminder that they do of that poison cloud. Is it easy? Absolutely not. It's very challenging. But I know now how to operate. So then, an hour, 2 hours later, all of a sudden, because we all went our separate ways, 2 hours later, every single disciple is now in the same room again. And yet, everyone is acting weird. Everyone is acting off. Their paths are still being dictated by the poison cloud. Their paths are still being dictated by this event. And they're getting reminders shot at them. Think of it like falling stars, boom, boom, from the sky. And each time one falls by their feet, they get reminded of the event. So then they go back into the cloud again. I'm like, guys, how we doing? Do you want some coffee? They're like, yeah, no. And I'm just like, what? Why not? They're not going to talk like this, but they're like, well, I'm still in the poison cloud. And I'm like, what? Why? Just move forward. Just now we learned how it happened. We know how they did it. It's not going to happen again. And we start seeing that it's about to happen again. We move forward yet again. We figure it out. They're like, it's not that simple. I'm like, why is it not simple? Well, because a falling star just fell and it reminded me of you. Because you're Shepherd Star. And I'm like, that's awesome. Because that means we all know how to move forward. So that's a reminder for that we know how to move forward. And the disciples just look at me. They're like, who are you? And I'm like, that doesn't matter. You know I'm Shepherd Star. I'm the Star Diplomat. I'm here to heal. I'm here to guide. I'm here to show people that there's other ways to do things. Do you all understand? How is it possible that I am? People are like, well, it's easy for you to get over it, but maybe not for someone else. I'm like, it's not even that. It's just, it doesn't matter. What if actually I learned that the disciple did something intentionally bad and they consistently do so? Any disciple. I'm like, you know what? This disciple refuses to heal. This disciple refuses to learn. This disciple refuses to pay attention. This disciple refuses to get out of poison clouds. This disciple only lives in the past. That's that. They're no longer a disciple. They're like, how can you just drop them? And I'm like, at some point, you have to ask yourself, why would we continue to be enslaved, chained, and ensnared to one of these other disciples. Let's say it's the lamb. The lamb just refuses, and they are the source of every single poison cloud. And we try, all the other disciples try consistently to make this lamb not create poison clouds. They don't. What can we do? I'm telling all of you that this one's not easy. This is the one that's very challenging because we have to move forward. And yet it means that we can try. I'm not saying that we need to give up on people. I want to not, that's the last thing I want to do. But in this current way the world is designed, as you keep doing the climb and you keep progressing, the reason why we have to leave people behind is because they aren't keeping up. They don't know how to handle it. So they keep just spawning new poison clouds. They're the source of the events. So it means that every single time, wherever they are at, there's a poison cloud around them. They are the source. So it means if you create distance, you're out of the poison cloud. But then if you go back and you're like, hey, come on, let's get you out of the poison cloud. You're in the poison cloud. You can handle it. You're healed. You're trying to pull them out. And the moment you're about to get them out of the poison cloud, they get a falling star falls at their feet. And they're like, ah! And they walk all the way back. And you're like, please, come on. But now think about how much time you spent now in the poison. So you try again because you can handle it. You're like, okay, shoot about another heal. Come on, 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 come on. Ah! And that happens over and over again. So then you're like, okay, well, we're gonna keep walking forward. We'll check back on you in a little bit. The lamb is still there with a huge poison cloud around them. But all the rest of the disciples move forward. So I'm like, hey guys, let's check on the poison lamb again. And we go back, and this is like a month later. We go back and we're like, hey, poison lamb, how you doing? I'm not doing well. All of you left me behind. Like, we have to move forward. Don't you see? We've all moved forward. Why can't you? Why can't you move forward? Why do you still care about the things in the past? Well, it's just the thoughts are keep populating in my head, and I'm like, yeah, that's intentional. I've told you that. That's why you became one of my disciples, because you learned that that's how they do it. So why do you listen? I'm like, it's not easy. I'm like, you're right. It's not easy. We have to destroy those reminders. We protect ourselves, we shield ourselves, but we have to destroy them. We just have to move forward. We have to realize that there's no reason to analyze it at all. They're like, well, that's easy for you to say. And I'm like, you have no idea, little lamb. You have none. Look, I see you. You just can handle anything. Your life is so good. I'm like, do you really know that? And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. They're trying to start a path. They tried to get me to analyze the past right now. And I'm like, oh, little lamb, you're the source. Do you guys see what just happened? You go back, you try to help someone. They almost do like a guilt trip, and by the way, it's real for them. They're not lying when they say these things, okay? But they're like, well, you don't have problems, you don't have this stuff, and then all of a sudden now it's almost like a prompt. Think of it like I'm prompting you, like, hey guys, I want you to write a story about this phoenix and being the glorious rebirth. I prompted you. Do you guys see? I can start a path like that. And I'm saying that I've come to realize is that we go back to try to help people, right? And get them out of a poison circle. And I'm not saying we should never try. But there comes a point where we have to just say, if they don't want to take the first step, even though we have the information there for them, there's nothing we can do. It's not easy, but there's nothing that we can do. So that lamb is the source of the poison. Because remember what I told you, if you're in a poison and your health ticks down every time you're in the poison, if you get to zero, you get corrupted. When you're corrupted, you're now prone and vulnerable to every single suggestion that they put into your head, which means that you do what they tell you to do because you don't question it, because you don't have that shield that protects you. Think of it like there's arrows being shot, fire arrows. If I have a shield that can block them, well, my shepherd coat is never going to be lit on fire. But if I don't, I have to dodge. What if there's 100 arrows? I'm probably going to get hit by one. One arrow that lights me on fire is enough to burn my coat. Do you guys understand? That's what happens. So if you guys stay in a poison circle, which is the past, you lose your shield. If you don't have a shield, you have to dodge. Do you understand how hard and difficult it is to dodge if you're getting attacked by 100 fire arrows? It's possible. It's doable. I know that each and every one of you succeed frequently on dodging all of them. Whenever you have a moment of success, it's because you successfully dodged the fire arrows. But then when a problem happens, it's because you got hit by one. Why not give yourself a chance to not have to dodge every single attack? You understand? That little lamb right there still thinks that lost lamb is not a magic lamb right now. They still are worried about what happened yesterday, 2 days ago, a month ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I'm saying that no matter what we do in the current world, the way it's designed, each of these disciples, and including myself, Shepherd Star, is going to be reminded of that event that created the big poison cloud between all the disciples. That's always going to happen, no matter what. It's always going to be reminded to us forever, for the rest of our life. It's why they created it. The whole reason for conflict events and misunderstandings is because they use them to create new poison clouds. When they're not reinforced, they're small. If everyone walks out of the poison cloud instantly, the moment it happens, it never grows. It never spreads. Because think of it like it needs corruption to spread, right? And then as people are walking, they're spreading the poison. They're spreading the poison. But they always, the cloud grows. If all 7 disciples left the cloud immediately, that cloud is always going to be there. Right? Think about the cloud is right here in the middle. Okay? It's right here. No disciple is in it. You see, none of the picture frames are in that cloud. Just this spot right here. That's where it is. Do you guys understand that? If I literally do this, you guys don't even see the cloud anymore. It's gone. That's what we need to do. If we move forward, and we never analyze it anymore. But I'm telling you, when you're going about your day, even when you're just talking, even when you're experiencing a movie, a game, a book, when you go outside, all of a sudden, there might be a group of 7 people that walk by. And as you're walking by, they'll be like, hey, man, why did you cause that problem? And all of a sudden, when that happens, you walk by and you see that and you hear that. The moment you hear that, it happens right as you're walking by. The mental thought is like, oh, we had the conflict with all 7 disciples. That's not an accident, guys. That's how they do it. Because they want to teleport you back to that poison circle. They go, so now all of you are back in it. Which means that now you have to put on the gas mask. Or if it's small, you understand that you're like, wait, it's a small cloud. I just need to take one step. And that's it. It's over. You're out of the poison circle immediately. It never grows. Because you're like, oh, I'm in it again. Like, okay. And that's it. And then the moment you're outside of it, you don't even have to heal the moment you get teleported into it. You can heal after. Like, well, I only took 1 damage. I'll take a sip of warm coffee. That heals me. Are you guys starting to piece this together? This is why the past doesn't matter, because the past is only a tool to teleport us there. That's what it's for. And I told you, you can use the past if you absolutely need to, if you get reminded of it, to make just a little quick path here, like, oh, okay. Okay, remember when you taught all the disciples how to get out of the poison cloud? I'm like, oh yeah. See, like it's just a quick. But then if I'm like, oh yeah, it moves you here. But if I say, oh yeah, wait, what did I talk about that day? Oh, I talked about this. I did this. Instead of doing this, all of a sudden I'm like, and it gives them more opportunity to remind us of this, the cloud, the small cloud in the middle. Do you guys understand? The past doesn't matter. If every single day, I'm just telling you guys, this, some of you are going to get really, you might get disturbed from this. But if every single day, the moment you went to sleep and you woke up, you didn't remember anything that happened the day before. If we all operated 24 hours, the moment we wake up, it's literally a new game. That means that the way this world operates is everyone only lives on a 24-hour cycle. Everything that happened yesterday doesn't matter. Imagine if we didn't have paper, objects, things saved on our computer that could remind us of things. Do you understand that we would forget? I'm telling you, if your memory got wiped every single night when you went to bed, and you woke up, you're like, why am I here? Who am I? What am I doing? What? Do you guys get it that there would be no poison? There wouldn't be any good, but there wouldn't be any bad. You would just have to walk forward, like, okay, well, hey, oh, there's some animal. What are these things? They like fly, or they like move their I guess, what, I don't know what these are. Like, what are these arms? I'm gonna use the arms just so you guys know. But all of a sudden, you see how you're figuring things out. You're like, wait, why do they do that? They can like move. They can go from there to there. I know some words, but that's it. This is weird. Like, you guys see, everything now is a question. Everything's like, well, how does that work? Wait, what is this tool right here? What does this do? Whoa, what is this? Do you guys understand? If you got your memory wiped every single day, there would be no problems. There wouldn't be a single problem. You wouldn't be chained to anything. You'd be able to just walk forward. Is that necessarily nice? I think that there's something to be said about building up a story, right? Like, hey, I want to build a storyline with a girl, a beautiful girl. Doesn't matter. She's a Latina or an American or a German girl or anything. It doesn't matter. I just want to build a life with a girl and have a family, a united, happy family, and where we can build an organization, have pets, and it doesn't matter what kind, and just explore the world. That's what I want. I really do. I want to get to that. I want to get to know everything about the girl. I want to explore her life with her. And I know I will one day. We'll get there. But there's a lot that needs to happen first. And so you see, there is something. Like, it would be sad if every day I woke up and I didn't remember her. Right? And all of a sudden I woke up next to a beautiful girl. I'm like, who is she? I'm like, what? I'm like, what? You understand? Like, yeah, that would be sad. Okay? It'd still be an opportunity to develop the relationship every day, right? But do you guys see? So there is benefit to having a path, a story. But what if you're just always reminded of it? Because if I wake up next to that girl, I'm like, oh yeah, that's my girl. We have a kid. We have pets, and we have an organization. But I don't need to be reminded of it. We're just moving forward together. We're just living. We're experiencing. Do you guys see? We're just always walking forward. We're not stuck in the past. We're just walking forward. Do you guys get what I'm trying to say? We're just creating new. We're experiencing new. Me and my girl. Are you starting to all understand what I'm trying to tell you? But what if they kept just reminding you of like your first date? And that's fine, it's great, but you guys are stuck there. I'm like, keep moving forward. Keep doing new dates every single day. Every single day. Live a full life with her, with your kid, with your pets, every single day. Why don't we do that? Why can't we? Because we get reminded of the past, but of either past good for a point of comparison or past negative for the poison cloud. And the worst is they compare, they add both together and it just expands the cloud. The past good then is like a thing that stuns you. And so you can't actually move. You're like, oh. And then after now you think about it, like, oh, but actually that's why I fell in love with my girl. And you keep walking, and all of a sudden you walk into the poison, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm poisoned. They remind you of the bad things that happen. And now, think about it. This is the electric cloud that stunned you, and then all of a sudden you have to walk from there to here to get outside of the circle of poison. And you're taking damage. So by the time you're outside of the circle, and now you're back in present day with your girl and your children and your pets, you don't believe anymore. That's how they do it to each and every one of us. Do you see? Like, I'm just trying to show you guys how they do it for everything. I could explain and recontextualize anything in your life, how they've ruined it or destroyed it or poisoned you or made you stuck in the past. So you analyze it. And then they do this for each and every one of you guys. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they can't just teleport you to poison directly, they'll teleport you to good first. And then now you have a point of comparison. And then it's like, then you fall. And then now you're in poison. And then it's only poison, 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 poison. And then by the time you snap out of it and you're back in the present, well, now you view everything with a tainted lens. So now all of your actions, each and every single one of them, is being dictated by all of that, the entire path that you have to walk to leave the circle. But yet, most of you, you're about to leave the circle, and then they're like, wait a minute, hold on, there's one more reminder I want to get you to think about. And then you guys are like, okay. And you literally, you don't even have to, you don't walk back, you get teleported back. Whoa! And you fall. And now, leaving the circle doesn't even seem possible. That's what happens to the little lamb. Over and over again. And every time it happens, the poison cloud grows. Because now there's more reminders that they can use. Every single time a new event happens, they have yet another layer that gets added to the poison cloud that they would have to walk through to finally get out of it to heal. Do you guys understand that means that if any of you spend 1 second on the past, you let them, and then if you let them create a new event with it regarding anything that has any negatives at all, that you just have more that you have to walk through to finally be free. What if you just finally decided, you know what? I just need to just do a fresh start completely. This is a healing shield, but we're going to call it an explosive. Everything is gone. A full reset. Completely. Every storyline that you had is gone. Good and bad. There's nothing left. I'm not saying you have to throw away all your possessions, your money, everything that you built up. You can. Maybe you should. Because each thing is a connection to the past. But what I'm trying to tell you is that you don't now have to do anything. That's the key. So when you no longer have to do anything, you get to choose. I'm telling you, if right now each and every one of you could choose how you walk forward the next 24 hours, what would you do? Anything. Would you just relax today? Would you try to learn something? Would you try to heal? Would you try to walk out of the poison cloud? Would you try to actually destroy all your storylines and just start fresh? Do you guys see? All of a sudden, for the first time ever, you get to choose. When that happens, though, what's interesting is we're all of a sudden we're looking outside of nature, and then we're gonna get a reminder. A falling star is gonna fall and remind us of, hey, do you remember when you were the lion trying to guide the lamb? Oh wait, that's a good one. Okay. But remember what I said? It's that first cloud that tries to stun you before you walk into poison. All of a sudden, you're like, nah, I'm okay. They're like, wait, what? If you can't use it as just as a quick boost tool, then they're going to use it against you. You can't analyze the past. You can't look back. It doesn't matter at all. I'm telling you guys. Doesn't matter if you have a child. Doesn't matter if you have parents. Doesn't matter if you have a sister. Doesn't matter if you have a girl. Doesn't matter if you have a job. Doesn't matter anything. All of those things don't matter. If you can't walk forward and just operate by what you've learned, because think about it, that's actually how it should be. Hey, did I learn things on this stream today? Sure. Do I need to modify anything for if I do one tomorrow or a week from now or 10 days from now? Maybe. Do I need to? Not necessarily, but I should do something different. What if I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this sticky note again and I'm going to recreate it. I'm going to talk about the exact same things. It's not going to be the same, but all of a sudden now they might remind me of something, what happened while I did this stream. Then when I do this stream that I talked about the disciples, I talked about my shepherd coat burning. I used the poison cloud analogies. Like, what if I'm trying to explain it differently and yet they bring me back to that? What if I wasn't? What if I thought I'm like, I could have done that part better? All of a sudden that populates. I'm like, do you guys see? For once you get to the state that in this stage of life where I'm at, the answer is so obvious because you realize that there is something that is intentionally reminding us of the past. And I'm telling you, if you remind people of good stuff, they feel happy. If you remind people of bad stuff, they feel sad. If you do sufficient things and you present the order, you can create a path. And if you create a path for people, they either believe or they don't, which means that you can get people to do things. We can get ourselves to do things if we start our own path. I know that for a fact. I know I could start a stream path for myself. I can resist it. But do you guys understand? It's a lot more challenging if I start the path. If right now I keep talking about the girl and I'm like, hey, I'm going to ask her out today. I'm going to go try to find a girl, ask for a coffee date. I could start that path. And after this, I might be tempted to go outside and find a girl and ask her out, or maybe just message one on LinkedIn or Instagram. Like, hey, do you want to talk on Discord or something? Do you guys understand that if I kept doing that, that I could start a path for myself? Is that bad? That's debatable. But I want to show you guys that that's how they do it. That's all they have to do. They just move us around through the reminders that they push to us because they're not fun. And then if they are good ones, they can get us to do things as well. But do you understand that that means that if we are susceptible to whatever they push and remind us of, we do their story. based on their timing. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm not okay with that. Here's why. Because if something, if they suggest good to me, right? Like if they are like, we're going to help you get the girl, finally get the kid or kids that you want, and pets, and maybe a farm, an organization, or maybe a beach town you build or something. I don't know, right? There's so many options. I'm like, that sounds awesome. Thank you guys for finally deciding to help me and choose to make my life better after everything I've been through. I appreciate it. But what if I'm like, you know what? Right now I'm okay. I do want that, but it'll happen. But I'm in no rush. It's going to happen. I know that, but it doesn't need to happen today. They're like, no. We've set it up so that it happens today. And I'm like, so that means you're choosing who I'm going to bump into? They're like, yeah, she's your dream girl. And then I meet her, and I'm like, holy crap, she is. But let me ask you something, guys. Was that organic? Or was it made to happen? They're like, but if she's your dream girl, is that a bad thing? I'm like, that's the question I want each and every one of you to ask. Because it means it was their story. But she's your dream girl. I'm like, sure. But if it's their story, that means that they can now plan the other things that happen, good and bad. And that's my problem with it. If it was only meant to be good, then I don't have a problem with it. But that's not the case. If they plan your story, whatever you do, the girl you meet, the job you work, the path you walk, then they can sprinkle in just enough good in between the bad to get you to experience exactly what they want you to experience. To make you become who they want you to become. And since most of you, whenever you get teleported back into the poison cloud, don't know how to get out of it and move forward and just walk forward shaped by it, but and operating by every single thing that you've experienced, but not letting it, not analyzing it and going back. Since all of you can't do that yet, do you understand that they know now they just have the easiest way to create a permanent poison cloud for you, and now you're controlled. And they did that by creating initially a positive storyline for you. Then they made some events happen. They built up a poison cloud, and now they have a guaranteed way to keep teleporting you back into it. And there's nothing any of you can do because you don't know how to move forward. Any reminder of the past, you let it consume you. And I'm telling you, the answer is minimizing all information and what you experience so you can choose for yourself. Once you do that, though, the most disturbing part for all of you is realizing that they don't actually need info. If they want to remind you of the poison and teleport you to the poison cloud, if they're desperate enough because they need you to be hindered and held back, they can just teleport you to it without your choosing. And once I figured that out, it changed my battle against them. Because initially I wanted to destroy the things that do this. I still do. But it changed because once I realized that they could do that. Do you guys understand what that means? It means that even if you don't consume any information, if you're in an isolation chamber by yourself, no senses, no sounds, no visuals, nothing, they can still present a reminder of something good to you. They can. When you were happy, when you were smiling, when you were building a life with a girl, creating an organization, and you had a child, and you're taking care of your pets. They can do that. So what does that mean? It means that they can teleport you into a healing circle if they wanted to. They can teleport you into a healing circle if they choose to. I've only been talking about the poison circle. I'm saying if they choose to, they could help you remember the healing circle, right? But we don't want to stay in that one too long either, because then we're still in the past. But do you understand? Like, if you don't know how to heal, they could actually teleport you into the healing circle to start recovering. And they're like, okay, now dash forward. You have enough health now. You can walk through the poison. Go, 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 go. All right. All right. Now, what did we learn? Don't look back. Don't analyze the past. There's nothing to learn from it. There's no reason to figure anything out. You just move forward. Every single action shapes us. Every single thing that we've experienced, every single piece of information, every single thing has made us who we are today. And every single action that we do, even just the way I drink coffee, I need to be able to break my programs, right? I need to be able to choose. But then I'm like, I enjoy drinking like this. I enjoy drinking like this. I enjoy sometimes using a handle. I need to be able to choose. But every single action has led me to be able to do that based on all my experiences up till now. But I don't even have to think about it anymore. Like, I'm just like, you know what? I just do. And you guys all need to get to the point where you can just do. Because once you get to the point where you can just do, I am shaped by what happened from all 33 years of my life. Every single thing. Every single thing has modified me 0.0000001%. But once you get to this point where you're not in any poison cloud, you can now pick and choose every single thing. Because from each thing, think of it like each speck of dust, right? You get to choose left or right. Do I get the lesson from it or do I stay in the poison from it? And I'm saying that when you get to this point where you can just do and move forward, you can choose the lesson from every single thing. That also means that you know which paths to avoid. I'm like, yeah, all that is, you're like, I am not going back to the poison lamp. And you can just do that. And people are like, but why would you forget them? Like, because first of all, there's no reason to remember the past at all. And if we get a good reminder of it, it's awesome. The only reason why we should do so, like I said, guys, is to teleport into a healing circle. That's all it is. If you get consumed, if they teleport you to a poison cloud, right? Okay, let's listen to some music. Let's start some paths. Let's start doing some reminders. We have to change our recency, what's active. Okay, so let me remember when I played that one video game, Zelda, and the Ocarina of Time. And when did I play it? I played it in 1998, and I was really good there. I did this and this. And, you guys start doing that. But the only reason why to do that is you're starting a path to push down the poison memories, right? And you're getting a path of belief, to smile, to laugh, right? And then after you do that, and you do enough of it, I'm telling you, 1 hour, 2 hours is more than enough. Then what are your other shields? I'm like, well, I enjoy singing The Lion King. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Oh, I also enjoy whistling. All right. What's next? I enjoy coffee. Let me take a sip of coffee. I enjoy teaching my doves and seeing flies and cockroaches and ants and mosquitoes and animals and things of that nature. They make me remember to explore and be free. Oh, so maybe I should go somewhere I can see some. Can I see some from my window? That might be enough right now to make sure that I avoid other poison clouds outside. I probably shouldn't consume so much info right now if I just got poisoned. If I'm on a good path, I can consume some, but I should still limit. But if I just got poisoned, I should not consume info right now. All right. So maybe I play a game that's just more about focus. About I enjoy challenging video games because they make me believe. They make me realize, figure things out, and how to push myself. So maybe I should do one where I challenge myself. Right? Like Fantasy Star Online, the Crate Dragons. Oh, remember when you were a kid and you played Star Wars Galaxies, a massive multiplayer online game, and you led an organization? Oh yeah, I like leading things and guiding people and healing people because I'm the shepherd of Shepherd Star. Oh, my shepherd talisman. I'm connected with my youth spirit and light spirit. Oh, look at that. Now I'm saying I'm connected to them. I'm on a light path. I believe. I'm like, the lines protect us. Do you remember when we pieced all this knowledge out together? Because one of our shields is Sherlock. We like figuring things out and how to piece things together. I'm like, when I see the lines, I'm protected. And I don't have my phone on me right now, but I have some pictures of some kind of like girls that I could envision living life. Really, any girl that wants to experience and learn with me, I would love to figure you out. Any beautiful girl, and have a child, multiple kids, if hopefully. But I don't know how. We'd have to figure out how to defeat the system, fight back against the money requirements. But I would love to build an organization, have lots of animals and whatever, just create a life and explore what this world has to offer. I don't know, a minimalistic life in a beach town. I could see that, but I'm open to many things. But I'm just open to exploration. And look at that. I'm smiling. I'm talking about possibility. I'm talking about dreams. I'm talking about hopes. I'm talking about things. Wait, where were we just a little bit ago? Now, I'm like, okay, any reminder of the past doesn't matter. Quickly walk outside of the circle. All right, now, now I can do something new. What do I want to do that's new? All right, well, hey, why don't I play some Final Fantasy and continue the storyline and see where they take it? It's really cool to see how these characters are dealing with the story of exploring a completely new world that they've never been to before. They had mastered the old world, now they have a new world. I'm like, all right, let's check it out. Let's see what happens. I've never experienced it before. I've never watched it before. I've never played it before. I've never, and I'm like, it's a new experience. I'm like, but since the leveling, the main story is a little too easy, let's make sure we challenge ourselves. Let's add some little challenges there. Hey, can we do it with the current setup that we have? Do we need to upgrade anything yet? Can we keep going? We haven't lost yet. Can we keep pushing ourselves? Yeah, we can. But maybe we play Divinity because that game has paths, and but it also we're right now we saved the game in a very challenging spot. We lost Shepherd Star, so it means we don't have heals, but we have to overcome some battles. And we're playing all video games that we play now. We play without spending any money, so it means some games are designed. There's a lot of the things that you can get that help you. You need to spend money, but we are playing that those every video game without doing that because that's how we operate in real life now. So it's good practice to see how far we can go with what's just given to us. Do we actually need more? And all of a sudden, you're doing these games like maybe I'm playing Divinity or Final Fantasy, and I'm doing these challenges, no, not spending money, trying to um, progress in life to see how far I go in these games. But also, you see, I'm doing the same thing in real life. I'm doing these challenges. I'm doing the focus. I'm trying to figure out new things. I'm learning new things. I'm trying to explore the things I haven't experienced. And all of a sudden, I get a reminder. Someone's like, "Hey, do you remember what happened 1 minute ago?" And you're thinking about the dream of the girl and the kid. And I'm like, "Oh yeah." See, I did a positive one, but I'm saying normally it's the opposite, guys. I'm like, what? Who cares about that? I'm like, I'm doing something else. Like, what are you guys talking about? That doesn't even matter. Like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, yeah, it was made to happen. It's harmless. It doesn't matter. It's completely irrelevant. Well, let's say the reminder got presented to me, and also the lamb, the lost lamb, or maybe each disciple. We're back to that, right? All of them got the reminder, and I'm just like, yeah, that's okay, guys. I'm just playing a new game right now. I'm exploring. They're like, but Shepherd Star. Shouldn't we? I'm like, what? It's good. We're good, guys. It's over. There's nothing to talk about anymore. We're at peace. And they're all so confused. I'm like, there's nothing. Do you guys get it? If you move out of the cloud right away, it's over. There's nothing left. The light sword. You destroy it. And then it's over. Do you guys see? That's all you have to do. That's it. Anything that happens, anything. And this is where some of you are going to get slightly sad because I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how big of a loss it was. You can get over something like that. Now, if you get reminded of it and they start a path of it, you will get sad. telling you. But you have to create as much distance from it as possible for as much time as possible. And eventually you can slowly test once in a while. I'm like, hey, can I remember it right now? I'm like, nah, I'm not ready yet still. There's still a lot of poison there. I'm telling you guys, it's just how it's done. And eventually you're going to be able to. But still, it's only there for a quick positive path and it becomes like now a shield, right? If it was something positive from your past, now it becomes a shield. But it's in small little chunks. Within 2 hours, anything that happened, you're already in a completely different world. Yet most people can't do that. I'm telling you, there's most of you are still worried about things that happened years ago. I'm saying anything that happened, I'm in a completely different world, already completely over it and past it within 2 hours. I'll end with this. The most challenging one, guys, is that a cloud of darkness actually. I always talked about that poison circle, the poison cloud, but there's actually a cloud of darkness that spawns in a location. I don't understand exactly the the details. They don't matter, but I'm just letting you guys know it really does spawn something. It consumes an area, and until that area is essentially like reset, it stays there. So maybe use some incense, change the scent, um, anything. Doesn't matter what it is. You can even spray like a perfume from a girl that you enjoy or something like that. Maybe buy a perfume from a girl that you hope that she might use one day, and you just spray it. Put some music on, so that when you come back, you hear the music when you enter, and then just leave. Leave your castle temporarily, that room, that area, and then return a little later. See how you feel. Then do something like what I just did right now, a stream like this, or a path where you can self brainwash yourself to change all your entire recency. Look at yourself while you're doing it. If you need to, do a mirror, but if you can do it so just talking outside to the animals, but just talk out loud, process it. Because mentally, it matters. But if you're processing it out like this, and think about it, I'm not talking at all about an event that happened. You guys understand? I didn't start paths. They tried to, by the way. But yeah, I didn't start paths. But you're just processing moving forward. Think of it like, hey, right now, guys, if I say Shepherd Star, that's the last piece of information that's active right now. Okay. If right now all of a sudden you're like, da da, and you move your arm like that, now the last thing that's active is you moving your arm like this. That's the last thing that's processed. Doesn't mean that Shepherd Star recency is still there, but now the arm movement is here. The order is now arm movement first, then Shepherd Star. So that means that every time something gets presented to you, you have to then do something else to then start moving the recency away. It has to be processed because otherwise, mental does matter. But I'm saying there's two different think of it like pillars that stack, a mental one and a process one. So that's why if there's a lot of noises around you, do you guys understand that doesn't mean that it's always for bad, but it just means that it's not, you're not going to be where you need to be mentally. Do you all understand this? You're not going to be where you need to be because there's so much noise. And it's a good reset, but do you understand it doesn't take you where you need to be? It's just noise now. But it's not your positives. So what does that mean? It means that it's getting mixed in together. So what if I'm trying to start you on a positive path? And there's all this noise that's being interrupted in between. Remember what I said? Every single time something is presented, and it's fine, right? Like that's good to prevent brainwashing. But if you're trying to use it to finally break free and go on a positive path and move out of that poison cloud, think of it like they're just putting little boxes that barricade the poison cloud so you can never actually leave. That's all they do when they're presenting so much noise to you. So if you're doing a lot of movement, that's fine if you want to process it like that. But I'm telling you guys, it's not an accident. So sometimes you can use that for good. If they insert something negative, all of a sudden, just do like something like a movement. Like the falling star falls, and you get a negative reminder put into you. Don't say it out loud. Instead, do something like, "Hmm, let's say it still doesn't go away." Then say something arbitrary, different to it. So if right now they remind me of like, "Hey, do you remember about your six disciples in the poison cloud? Oh, look, baby doves. They're evolving." You understand that now that is the disciples situation is here, but now the baby doves is here. Do you guys get it? It's not easy. It's not simple, but that's why I'm trying to simplify it for all of you. Really, these are just little tactics. I can spend years and years talking about these things. There's so many things that you can do. But really, all that matters is you need to walk forward. The past doesn't matter. Every single thing that we've experienced, information, sounds, senses, have shaped us into who we are today. We must learn from them, and we just need to move forward and operate from every single thing that we've experienced. But we have to choose the lesson. We can't choose the analysis and the consumption because it's gone. You learn from it and you move forward. That's it. Every single thing. It doesn't matter what it is, good and bad. And we operate every single decision and every single path that we walk based on that. It's that simple. We need to get to that because then when you get reminded, you can be like, not today. It doesn't matter. So, are you guys ready to finally move forward? To finally just do? To finally realize that you're enslaved to the past, to something that doesn't matter at all? Because if you finally believe and remember that the only thing that matters is the actions that you do from this point forward, each and every one of you, over and over again, over and over again, over and over again. You have to learn though from the past. I'm telling you, if you try your best to heal other people and everything around you, and they don't walk out of the poison cloud, they stay in it, like, please move out of the poison cloud, and they don't. At some point, we have to leave them behind. It's the last thing that any of us want. Healers would never want to do this. I promise all of you. But at some point, you just can't keep healing someone who stands in the fire. There's no reason for any of you to do so. I'm telling you guys, we need to all practice anytime, any reminder from the past. Doesn't matter. Never analyze. There's no reason to. Remember why? Because they made it happen just to create new reminders, just to teleport you back. That's it. There's no reason to. If it's a positive one that makes you happy and smile, right? Like the girl and the pets and the kids and the doves and the video games. It's just a quick little thing to help you get out of to heal enough so you can get out of the poison circle. That's it. Nothing else, guys. That's all that matters. You need to move forward. Don't let them teleport you back. And if it happens, don't beat yourself up. Heal, interrupt it, walk outside of the circle again, and start again. Every so often, they're going to set up enough things to make it happen again. It happens to all of us. Don't beat yourself up. Just move forward. But try to learn how they did it that time. You're like, okay. Now we learn. Now we do it. We figure out new things. We move forward again and so forth. And that's it. And we don't spend any time analyzing it. We just create a new path. It solves everything. I'm telling you guys. Every single thing is solved by walking a new path. It doesn't matter what it is. If that takes meaning from the world, that's up to you to decipher. But I'm telling you guys, the past doesn't matter at all. Let today be the day you finally break free and choose to write your own story. You got this. I believe in you. See you guys.